Go to work. All right. We just working. Amen. Good morning. How are you? Wonderful. Hey, I'm gonna turn it up some. Can you hear me better now? Okay, good work. I can hear you better too. This is wonderful. I caught myself going on Facebook, but Facebook didn't have the option for me to go live. And I've been having a terrible time with going back and forth on Facebook and changing the passwords. So I'm not really sure what's really going on with that. And then I tried going live on YouTube, and it said I wasn't able to go live on YouTube. So I'm not sure what's going on. Absolutely. So, but the backup is always just to film anyway or record, and then you can go back to it later, right? Yeah, so it's a backup plan for everything. So I had this situation where I want to share with people that there are going to be a lot of challenges at the same time. We just got to get through them. So as we embark upon 2020, and we have a lot of students that's already going to their prom, not really proms, but their balls and different events, we want to remind them, as yourself in school, to continue to think positively, optimistically, and at the same time make your money simultaneously. So I've been sharing a lot about product placement. How's your school been going? Hello. Oh, it must have turned off. Okay. But at any rate, I'm gonna keep talking just so you know. Um, just make sure I'm still on. Go to work. Introduce myself. I am Nichelle Farrell. I am a teacher. This is just like an intervention, but just to know that I do so many different things in the community and for education. I am entitled to say that I'm an edutainer. So I actually work with education for. I've been working with in education for 21 years now. Have a master's degree in education administration supervision. I'm very honored to be the first education director on the West Coast for the Universal Hip Hop Museum. And that's what we were looking at on another tab on my computer. And just to note that you can always go to find out what's taking place at the Universal Hip Hop Museum, which is exciting. 2023, it shall open the doors to the public. And you just saw 16 bars in hip hop. For hip hop, that is by DJ Clientele and a plethora of other artists. And you can donate at any time, it's 24 hours a day to donate to Universal Hip Hop Museum. And we have lots of other nonprofit organizations that look for donations as well. Definitely, but just remember, we are definitely living in the era of hip hop in a huge way due to the fact it has manifested a lot of different things to the point that some people are looking to rectify and some people to actually multiply different things that have taken place. So of course the things that weren't as copacetic and weren't great, they are being reconstructed in a positive optimistic way, and the things that we're doing well and work well are continue to produce more favorable opportunities for many people. So we want to keep that in mind. And so this is another opportunity for me to share so much with people. But then feel free to say, jump in at any time, call in at any time. And this is my time that I want to reach out to the community and share information, a plethora of information. And this is one way to do it, is to do an audio podcast where you can see what's taking place, and we'll do better next time. Absolutely, because I was looking at what was the issue. I haven't went live in a long time on Facebook, but just a note, I'm one of those people that take a concept to production. So pretty much, I've been blessed to be able to figure out some things at the drop of a dime. and make it work anyway. So at any rate, things are not always perfect. And with that in mind, we have a lot to do, a lot of work to do. And it's very serious. So I was mentioning Universal Hip Hop Museum. That's what you see flying in the screen. Those of you all that will watch this video after today, which is November 2nd, 2019. It's very serious that we all think about the nonprofit organizations that we're close to, people that are aspiring to do great things, because it's very helpful to continue to support as many people as possible. And just like Universal Hip Hop Museum, we've been sharing for the longest $1. Even if it's $1, those dollars add up, as we know. If it's 1 billion people that submit $1, donate $1 right now, that's $1 billion. So it's possible. People know about the Hip Hop Museum all across the world. So thank you so very much for a plethora of people that are on the grounds and flying all around to get this Universal Hip Hop Museum completed, the first one. Okay. So I'm really thankful, appreciative for that. So just know that you can do that right now. You have never, ever, ever went to uhhm.org. You can do that today for Universal Hip Hop Museum.org. And you have other nonprofit organizations like the Heads Up Foundation Inc.org. And that's something else. When you start your organization, they tell you to check the spelling, check this, check that. And I'm working with Champion Fund Nation, which had to do a change, and he's okay with me sharing that information. But just to know, to help other people who want their own businesses or want to create another business and so forth, to make sure you get the name that you want. Look at it 3, 4, 5 times. So sometimes it's that line get to you and you're just ready to get out of there right then at that moment, at that time. But it's imperative to watch those different things. And just like I started another comedy name, and then there's somebody that has a similar name, but everybody doesn't spell it the same and don't do the same thing, or the genre could be different. So note that even when you say you want to be a self-published author and you are looking for the name of a book, do the same thing. Just go ahead and search it and see if it pops up. You can easily do that in the search bar on Amazon.com, for example. And so I'm going to get to that for people that want to be self-published authors. But I want to share about the nonprofit organizations. The names mean something. Definitely the content, the consistency is huge. So I'm just sharing this information because I know this is what's taking place at this time in my life. And if it's your podcast, you're going to share what's near and dear to you in your life. So at the same time, I really appreciate those of you that will watch this video, will share the video, and it's just a regular video. It's not planned. What have you? I do have some topics. Topics wasn't even right here. So just sharing information due to the fact that I have a Future Billionaires meetup group that I usually hold on Sunset Boulevard at CCHR. That's Community Citizens on Human Rights, inside their conference room. Shout out to Reverend Shaw, what we call him Fred Shaw. He's also works with the NAACP in Inglewood. Shout out to everybody in Inglewood and NAACP meetings and so forth, and so many other uh, meeting boards that I go to. But I'm sharing that because that's where I would normally be, but because I had a couple other things I needed to do before my meetup group, I wasn't able to make it. So here, this is another way to connect with people. And some people just want to know, what else do you do? I still teach, and there's a student asked me, well, how did you get started? But pretty much his question was more of something like, how did you go from the bottom to the top? Well, I'm still trying to get to the top. You understand me? I'm in the top in a certain facet. Everybody has their definition of success. What is your definition of success, and so forth? So at any rate, this is one way to share more information and get people to understand that it's a sincere effort of trying to make something happen when I'm like, yeah, that's my future billionaires meetup group, and I'm not able to make it that day. But everybody's not perfect. I've been there numerous amount of times. But here's another way to do this. So there was this other situation. Hoping I'm inspiring some other people. They want to do their workshops. They want to do audio podcasts. They want to do their YouTube. They want to start streaming more. This is an example to share with you that as much as I am astute in some things in technology, which some people say a plethora of things, it was still a challenge even this morning. I shared that I wasn't able to get on Facebook Live to go live, and this is product placement. I always talk about product placement as well, and I have my book behind me. I have a CD behind me. I'm sharing information about the Universal Hip Hop Museum, which I'm so very thankful again to be the education director for the West Coast. And I'm continuously networking with people, helping with different events. And some people don't even know because I'm not there, but they think because I'm a part of everything when I do go to different places. But some of those places, I'm just there and I'm taking pictures and I'm a fan and so forth. But other things, I'm not there, but I help to orchestrate some different things behind the scenes that people don't know. So it's just a matter of how you get things done is up to you. What you say you do, that's what you say you do. If you don't do anything, you don't do anything. But at any rate, I'm here to inspire you. You can do just about anything you want to do in reason and make sure it's safe and it's conductive and it's conducive to many. That's what I charge you with. And those of you that are listening again, I appreciate you listening. And I have a plethora of information in front of me, and I don't want to move the camera because this is just me running this situation right now, okay? But I want to inspire you that you can do it too. So you have your table in front of you, you have your notes, it could be more organized, what have you, and then you have your computer that's connected to your HDMI on your monitor, and then you have your camera on a tripod beside you so you can capture everything. So whether you turn the camera one way or another, it's up to you. But I was running out of time because, like I said, I had a couple of events before I got to this point, and it's noon time. I was on the line before noon. I could have put something in this blank area over here, which I used to have something right there. But I actually moved the director chair that was sitting here that I use for Dove CNN. Shout out to Dove CNN. We do a lot of interviews here, and it's pretty neat. Outside of that, I definitely want to shout out J.O. Felony. He was the last interview we did right here. So go to work. He's out there on tour with Exhibit. That's exciting. Definitely shout out to West Haven Blast. Haven Hall's an extraordinary writer who's about to do a plethora of skits with me. So if you don't know, he's an actor too. So outside of knowing that people, I deal with a lot of people that deal with so many different things in the community, and they're also educators, they're also actors, yet they are definitely all the way hip hop, okay? So with that in mind, note that, oh my gosh, DJ Silky D was here, and I tell you, it's over an hour long footage, and it was just jam packed. I'm telling you, it seemed like she didn't even take a breath. But know that that information is coming, that documentary is coming, is exciting. So know that there's a plethora of people that want a lot of different things, like many of us, all of, if it's not all of us, because every nonprofit organization is still looking for sponsors. Some people look for interns, some people need grants. There's just a plethora of things that need to happen. So I'm also working with Family Love Festival, so we're looking forward to doing a wonderful, I'm telling you, this event is going to be off of the chain. You have never seen anything like it. Can you imagine something that's mixed similar to, say, a festival, a ball, expo, workshops, amusement park, something similar, all mixed together? Amazing. It's coming your way. So definitely Family Love Festival. Of course, in the description of this video, you can contact me so you can get more information for these different nonprofit organizations that I'm sharing. And then we also have PIFF. That is PIFF. And let me go here to PIFF. It is an acronym, and we'll find out the acronym. I don't have it by heart right now, but it's a magazine that was backed by a legendary, I believe it, John Blassingame. Okay, so PIFF magazine promotion. There's a promotion. I wanted to see what it said before that, but just look. The inspiration issue. We have issue here. The voice of the underground. Looking for the acronym for the video. I'm sorry, not the video, but for the magazine. It's pretty small here on my screen, but okay, and I don't have my glasses on. All right, positive influence for the future. That's what it stands for. Positive influence for the future. So PIFF magazine has an extraordinary sponsorship package. Oh my goodness. If you can inbox me, you want to see this sponsorship package, off the chain. Amazing. So definitely we have a magazine that is been around. I'm not quite sure how long, because I know people are looking for information. You can do your investigation, but know that it's Googleable. And definitely we need more magazines and more platforms that are definitely, shall I say, promoting positive influence for the future. Trying to get that, commit that to memory. And part of that is writing it down, so that way it seems to inscribe the information on your brain. So positive influence for the future. And what's extraordinary, why I'm bringing this up and why I have been introduced to this magazine, is because Shig Shay and Washington introduced me to Elle, who is from Guam and who is a prolific writer and singer. And she's just amazing. The track that she shared with me, amazing voice. So you will get a chance to learn more about her, do some more, shall we say, Zoom videos too. All right. So with that in mind, the sponsorship package will support hip hop artists, the legends. We have legends, and we also have extraordinary people that grew up in the business and their parents were legends. So just to note that there are going to be, at this point, is 5 issues, major issues. And if you would love to contribute to hip hop, definitely let me know. Let me have your email and I'll send you the sponsor package. You can check it out yourself, or you can send a donation. Absolutely. So we can just communicate. So this is about giving out information, and here's some opportunities to be part of a culture. Some people say they part of the culture. We don't really see them do much of anything but go back and forth to work and say what they want to say, and that's about it. People make comments. They don't do much of anything. The ones that do something, they, what is it? I mean, how substantial is it? Based on the fact that their attitude is like, it's lackadaisical. I'm just doing it just to be doing it. Well, that's something different. So, but there's people out there that want to do something. They don't really know how. Some people honestly just haven't had the time, or doing really well with the time that they have, and raising families and so forth. They really do want to do some things, but they have to take their children to sports, activities and so forth. But here's an opportunity to start helping people in a way where, even if it's $1, wow, people have Cash App. Even if they don't have a Cash App, go get a Cash App. They don't have a bank account, go get Chime. They don't have a Chime, access to a computer. There's a library. There's a friend. There's a phone. Most people still have access to different cell phones, even if they're flip phones. Go get a phone, borrow a phone, or what have you. But some people, there's a method to get things done, because I tell you, I was on about 7 minutes. I want to say 8, but I really believe it's under under 8 minutes. I didn't know how I was gonna go live or record myself before 12 o'clock on the phone at 12 o'clock when I knew I wanted to use my phone at the same time. And I've learned to be on Facebook. You are not able to use your phone at the same time because of the voice. The voice is on the same medium. And I was like, oh, wow. I surely want to record myself because last week I didn't record myself. And this week, oh my goodness, I totally could have. I still have time because I plan to be on here until 1 o'clock. I can go to Spreaker.com and record myself. I can actually record the show. Isn't that something that I can create a movie because I can add the audio to some pictures and so forth. So the people that and the programs and nonprofit organizations that I'm sharing, I can actually create a video for. Isn't that something? There's so many different things you can do. And sometimes when you're working solo, or some people they don't know how to help you, or sometimes you don't voice how you could be helped, and sometimes people don't have time to be taught how to help you. So that brings up interns. That's a segue for interns. So yes, I am looking for interns, and I have some ideas for the interns to be online. You have online interns since most of the business is online. Even if there's a challenge, there's more than one way to make that happen. Because technically, I probably could have went online on my Facebook. I mean, on my laptop, due to the fact that I think I'm on another Facebook page on my laptop than I am on my cell phone. What have you? I've been busy with that situation. So, at any rate, just so you know that there are a plethora of things, and then I'm thinking, oh my goodness, to fight for storage on your computer, sometimes you may accidentally erase an app because you can actually go back and open that app later, download the app again, and you already paid for it. It's just a matter of opening the app again. That's all. So, but with that in mind, I believe I see my Spreaker.com is right here. So I can start a show and I can download that audio. All right, with that in mind, if your business or your company is looking for interns, there's a great suggestion to go to the community colleges. All right. That happens because it's too loud, right? And the phone is maybe too close. At the same time, I can see the meter going across here, and I can label it later. So I'm just starting the show, and I started it. I could have went. Yeah, I started it offline so that way I can get back to it, and I can download it to the desktop, and then create a show like I shared. So, just in case somebody else tuned in to the number that I have created on Google minutes before this show started, so that way I'll have the freedom to use my cell phone, because I still have a tablet instead of I'm not sure what that other situation is, but usually I just use the laptop and the cell phone. But at any rate, I created a Google Voice telephone number so that way I can call into my own conference number, so that way I can utilize my cell phone. All right, so with that in mind, thank you for tuning in. Yes, this is Nichelle Farrow, and I am a wonderful, wonderful person to network with due to the fact that I have been instrumental at actually helping people for many years. At the same time, I am a teacher, so I've been helping a plethora of people toward our future. And I'm very happy to share that PIF Magazine has reached out as well through the influence of Shig Shay out of Washington. And I would love for Seattle, Washington, who was also the person that taught me how to engineer my own radio show online. Absolutely. From meeting him at a UNG radio station event at the Art Share LA a couple years ago. So shout out to Matt, man. It's amazing how the domino effects work. Okay, so with that in mind, working with PIF Magazine, which is for Positive Influence for the Future. That is the acronym for the magazine that was endorsed by the legend publisher John Blassingame. All right, so positive influence for the future. As a teacher, excuse me, as a teacher, educator, or shall I say, an edutainer, go to work. It's so pretty. It's so neat. Oh my goodness. This is my 21st year teaching. I have a master's degree in education administration supervision. For those of you who don't know, I've taught private school, public school, charter school. I'm Montessori certified. I'm from Compton. I love the fact that I'm looking forward to doing some humongous, magnitudinal things in Compton after 20 years. After 20 years and so many degrees and so many different activities. And now I'm actually honored to be the first education director for the Universal Hip Hop Museum for the West Coast. And DJ Clientele has an eye for talent. I tell you, I know that along the way and all the many years that he has worked with the industry he works in, a side of which is still entertainment, that he has helped so many people. The plethora of workshops, the plethora of engagements to help people understand the culture of hip hop and to share definitely these last few years about Universal Hip Hop Museum, to travel to so many different countries, schools, and so much more to let people know about UHHM.org, Universal Hip Hop Museum. And if you don't know, this is your first time tuning in, know that you can always go to UHHM.org. Yes, because it's online anytime. And you can donate anytime, even if it's $1. We've been saying that since the envisioning session. We have even just 1 billion out of all of the countries that hip hop is related to. That's $1 billion. And so right now, the Hip Hop Museum is well under its way. It's been, you can see how much work has been done. When you go to UHHM.org, the first hip hop museum is being built in the Bronx in New York. And we will look forward to having a hip hop museum here on the West Coast as well. Of course, there's a plethora of places, starting with Compton, to build the hip hop museum. So outside of that, know that we live in an informational and technological world, and hip hop has very much so influenced the world that we live in today. And children need to be supported in their different talents that's actually showcase. Hip hop almost seemed like they were born with some beats in them. They were born to be an MC. They were born to look at different things differently. And I love to rhyme. I'm not your famous rapper and so forth. But however, I have inspired so many children along the way. Okay. So just know that we definitely need to further encourage them and let them know about product placement in their YouTube videos that they do with their uh, uncles or parents and so forth, because they're supposed to be 18 years or older, as well as help inspire them to become self-published authors. So while they're at school or they're asleep, they can still make money toward their quinceañeras, their proms, their driver's license, their first car, and money around the house and what have you. We need to help to inspire them that they can do these things now. And you used to talk about the lemonade stands back in the day, and now we can also talk to them about podcasts. Just having somebody that's 18 years or older to actually get the account, whether it's Anchor.fm, iHeart, iTunes, wherever they may start. But I don't get paid for it, but just to know that Anchor.fm, if they start with Anchor.fm, then they get an opportunity to learn a lot of different things. And Anchor.fm actually shares their podcast to other platforms because they work together. It's not just a monopoly. Some businesses, they just want to be a monopoly versus being an arm or two. Okay, go to work. Mm-hmm. So it works out very, very nice. I'm looking for some people are trying to get here. I am learning that this is pretty neat. I'm thinking maybe am I talking to myself? I go to work. This is pretty neat. So I'm gonna try it again. Somebody put a message in there. I think I'm on here, but I'm not sure how to check that. So we're learning at the same time. Go to work, go to work, go to work. It's okay. So we're just gonna keep it moving. At the same time, I'd love for you all to know that once you share information, people start to learn how you operate or they get inspired that, oh, this is possible or this is how it goes. Absolutely. And I'm a stand-up comedian, so I make mistakes. I know people laugh at me. I want people to laugh at me, but I also want people to laugh with me. I also want to teach people. So through the antics, sometimes through the non inappropriate, maybe some words here and there that some people use even when they at church, when they stub they toe, like they say, and so forth, is a true situation. But as long as it's purposeful and meaningful and due season, or shall we say in appropriate places, and we just looking at that, that's just where it's at, and looking at consideration more so. And we talk about respect a lot. We need to get back to consideration. What is consideration? The process before you get the respect, before the respect is given. Yeah, you have some consideration. Well, you can consider that maybe that might be against a grain, and then you can consider maybe might need to be a little disruptive, just like some of these other businesses, like these car businesses that transport people to and fro places. You just never know how you might have to operate in different facets. So this is one way for me to do some different things, is just kind of like share with people, like, oh, that's another book right here. Go to work. I'm looking at so many different things. I'm the tech person. I'm the talent right now. I'm the studious person. It's a little different. So at any rate, it is what it is, and we are trying to move forward and get some different things done. Know that yes, it's okay to think about yourself, because just like on the airplane, if you don't put that mask over your face, if you needed it to, how are you going to help somebody else? So remember that. And at the same time, when people tell you that, sometimes they don't know how much you've already did for yourself, so you can be in a position to help that very person that told you that, right? So I'm just talking right now because nobody is talking back right now, and it's okay, because this is the purpose. It's an audio call. So this is what I want people to learn, some more different things. I want them to be encouraged to know that you are not on an island by yourselves. Although it can seem like I'm on an island by myself because I'm talking to myself and I'm looking at myself at this video over here, and I'm looking over here at the podcast that I just created on Spreaker.com. But just know, I know that this is important. People just need to be heard. Need to hear that it's okay, that maybe things don't work out right, or it seem like it, and some people look at me like, you're like, do so much and you do this and that type of thing. But I'm just sharing that it's not always right at all times. Just like I might kid around about a week or two and so forth, but that's serious. That's some serious situation. Can you imagine? I have to sit up here and be the talent and edit and so forth. Wouldn't it be neat if I had a team? When I get that team, it's going to be great. But guess what? I'm going to know how that felt. I'm going to know how much time it takes to edit something, and for somebody to think of an idea and actually, and for it to actually materialize. I mean, from the concept, the idea. Wow, I want to create a video where it's like Eddie Murphy, like back in the day, that show Coming to America. I could be more than one person. I want to utilize this green screen in a way where it shows, these three major people that I portray on a daily basis. I'm like my own talent, my own PR person, you know what I mean? All at the same time every day. And then I got a chance to do that video just I want to say that the other day because I want to rhyme because that's what I do at the drop of a dime sometimes at any time. But that's not true. It was like a couple of weeks ago that I created the video for the first time where it was really, really neat, where I was actually, it was a whole transition and you saw the different wig come off and combing my hair and getting ready to put on another wig. And it was just only 7 minutes, but it's so cool. You can find it on YouTube. But really today is the day I really want to share some more information for other future billionaires, other ones, yeah, key. You want to include yourself in all of these different things that you do in some form or fashion, whether you're wearing a different hat or a different wig. You understand? All right. So my main thing today also is to share that I'm looking forward to do, yes, monumental things in Compton. Um, Definitely, I'm a Compton graduate, a product of Compton. Even my first college experience was in Compton. So literally, I like they say culminated. But we used to call it graduated. You still graduated in sixth grade, but you graduated from elementary school, middle school, high school, and my first college experience was at Compton College before they changed it to El Camino College. So it's huge to me to be in my 21st year, and they call it the 21st century, and we're embarking upon 2020. And now I can see where, wow, I can help get some, use some help with some interns. Definitely looking for sponsors, grants, scholarships, nonprofit organizations, because people are calling me for different things. They're looking for me to help them to locate warehouses for their own production companies because they seen me on the side of the freeway, 91 freeway in Wilmington. Now somebody is creating something because I didn't get the money fast enough. So whatever they about to create over there, it wasn't. It was like that for years. So it's amazing what when you start doing something, just like when you need some help, you start. Some people gonna start helping you, or some things are gonna change. Some things are gonna move. There's gonna cause some movement. You'll cause some activity. Okay, so like some people call it traction. So you just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep it moving. But just amazing. I inspired somebody else. Now they want their own production company. Wow. So it wasn't like I totally located that. I just been passing it. It's right there off the 91 freeway in Wilmington. So but now people, that's like being a real estate agent. But I'm looking forward to going to school to be a lawyer and have my own law firm. So it's amazing how these different things occur. It's about how you look at different things. And I'm going to share that I'll need to put a transition in this radio show over here and go to work. And I'm going to go ahead and start another show right here. So, because I need to change that to back to broadcasting. All right. So we working it, go to work. So definitely preparation is key. That's true. And but at the same time, I need people to know that you don't have to be perfect because I deal with a lot of people. They want things to be just right before they do something. Like they don't want to be known like, oh, did you see that show? She had to stop the show and this and that. Whatever. I didn't stop the show. It's still a flow. You heard me laughing. I put a transition. I'm talking you through. So whatever the situation is no where dead air time like they call it. I'm constantly talking. I'm just not trying to move too fast or move too slow and that type of thing because if I was live, they wouldn't want you to move that fast due to the way that the computers are trying to capture everything. But this is a still moment on this computer on the video right now. But when you see it, it's just rolling, and it's just extraordinary to know that you just need to start. Whether it's you or somebody you're gonna share this video with, okay? Pardon me. But just to note, please know that it's so many people out here that have so many great gifts and they are so like serious about being a perfectionist to the point where you don't get the information. It's me that had the information. And then I have other people saying, stop advertising other people, advertise yourself. Yet I'm filled with listening to that person, the other person, to more people, and so forth. And I'm not able to share their link because they haven't put anything out there for you to see, so that I won't have to say anything about their business or what have you. But at this point, I haven't really said much about a lot of different businesses that are pertain to being a perfectionist and so forth. But just to know, there are so many wonderful activities taking place, and I want for more people to reach out and be a part of something. 2020, we talk to the children right now. They're filling out college applications and so forth, and they're looking like, well, a couple of schools I visited, they are not. They weren't sure what they could put down for a hobby because they're thinking that video games, playing video games, is not acceptable. But that's not true. For some people, that's true. Okay, but I'm here to let people know about EACL, Esports Amateur Competitors League. Now here is the opportunity. There's somebody from South Central LA, grew up and played for the NFL Raiders, and then went on to had a daughter, and the daughter grew up and had a college assignment, and the college assignment turned out to be a video game platform that is around the world in over 100 countries. So everybody starts at a certain level, and they level up just like any other game, but they also have contests and so forth, but they can earn money toward their scholarships and for nonprofit organizations, as well as some cash money in different events. So how neat is that? So somebody might even want to be a sponsor or EACL because they love video games, and they loved them when they were a child, and they understand that the synapses that occurs in the brain when they see all this activity and this innate feeling of competition, whether it's competition with other people that they don't even know, they don't even see, and they see a name, but the name is just a video game name and so forth, but it's a real situation, and it helps to stimulate the blood flow and reoxygenate the body. It's so many technical pieces to playing video games that people don't necessarily talk about. They talk about the surface, or it's just a matter of time, or that just takes up time. They should be doing this or that. Most of the time, when people say they should be doing this and that, they're talking about some things that that person wants that child or that person to do instead of playing the video game. Yet we need to compromise, and that goes back to consideration. And then we can get more respect for one another at the same time. It's something that that person wants to do. It's out of consideration. Well, let's make up a time. Well, by 4 o'clock, this is what, can we meet back at 4 o'clock? So get your chores done, do this, now, what have you, whatever the situation may be. But we need to get back to consideration. People are big about collaboration and communication. Sure, absolutely. But at the collaboration places and before you collaborate, and there's things to be considered. And during the time of the collaborations, people need to consider some different things. So outside of the EACL, Esports Amateur Competitors League, and the children becoming self-published authors, these are different things that they can list for their hobbies, as well as creating their own podcast with the product placement, as well as the same thing go around to local bakeries, real estate offices, parks, family members that have businesses collect those business cards and read their business cards with more flair. Today I'm pretty much like monotone, but um, those of you that do know me, I'm totally off the chain. At the same time, right now, this is a informative talk that I'm having with future billionaires and people that are listening for information. At the same time, people just want to get to know what else am I thinking, or can I actually be serious? Because most of the time I'm in a wig and doing some antics or some other things that's amazing. So with that in mind, it is imperative for people. I really feel like this Piff magazine to help support legends in hip hop will be astronomical. I know it's wonderful that here Dub CNN West Haven and I, we've been doing lots of documentaries with legends, and definitely the videos and editing, and it's taking time. We don't get paid like some people think we get paid and what have you, and it's just out of the love for hip hop. At the same time, we do need to get paid too. We could use some sponsors and some grants and what have you. But and so I'm not gonna say but. I said it just so you know. Piff magazine, this new magazine that I have learned about, positive influence for the future, with an extraordinary writer and singer that has such a great love and is going to spend such a great deal of time and has already spent a great deal of time interviewing people from the culture of hip hop and people that had call her so that they can be in the magazine too. that that's a lot of work. Cause I know just a few people that we've done, West Haven Blast and myself. We you see them as Haven Hall on dubcnn.com. It takes a great deal of time and get the schedules together and actually document the information. And then West Haven Hall, same person, he is doing the write-ups and he's putting them on other blogs. This takes time, and for this young lady to take time and is ready to do 5 issues in Piff magazine, that's a great deal of work. So definitely I want to help her to get the sponsors that she needs, and she did a phenomenal job. And you will see it from yourself. You leave me an email, I will forward this email to you so you can see what great of a job she did with the sponsorship package. Okay, because I know you're not going to be able to really see that from inside my email, so I'm not going to even do that because the words are small. I'm not going to do that to you, but just to know, I can roll the UHHM video so you can see that, because the Spreaker, I need to see the Spreaker at the same time because I'm recording the show, but I can move it over this way. And just to know, this is work at its best because we're working literally together right now. So in the future, of course, there will be more people that will tune in and understand what's taking place here. It's like a state of the art address, or we can call it a press conference. And I mean, because I'm talking about from sports to magazines, online magazines, hip hop culture, education, authors. It's a gambit of different things. And this is what I do on a daily basis. So I'll go back to that situation about staying in the lane. I just really don't believe in that. So, if anything, it's a category, but you make sure you stack it like what they call that sod, and then it grows into extraordinary things. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm looking for. I'm gonna have to just type it in. Okay, Universal Hip Hop Museum, UHHM.org. You type it into the taskbar there, and then it just comes up, UHHM.org. All right, and then I'm gonna move it over just a little bit so I can see the Spreaker.com. That's how you work that out by yourself. Okay, so I also had on here about talking about the community. So the students also need community references as well. So if you can become a business where they can do internships, that will help the students as well as they're filling out these college applications. It's amazing. These holidays are coming upon us, and before you know it, they will be on spring break, and then they'll have their proms, and then there'll be graduation time. So they are about this business. So we really need to help them to get these pieces of information on their college applications, which is so exciting. I know some people, they don't want to go straight to college, and there's some parents that haven't been to college, and they really want the children to go to college, and some they could care less if they go to college or what have you. But at either rate, it's up to this child. It's up to the person that is going to attend school. because it's going to be up to them to follow through and to do the homework, do the presentations, to attend, to be in the environment, the aura of the class, and people and collaborations and group assignments is going to be up to them as an individual, each individual. Okay, so with that in mind, what can we do as a community to help uplift them? Is to continually inspire them, give them information, possible solutions to what might be an issue based on experience. Because we, like a lot of people say, it's not really light, it's a fact that history does repeat itself in some form or fashion. Okay, so there are similarities, that every day is a new day for learning. Every day is a new day to have another optimistic attitude towards something that may not have been optimistic once before. And that children can do, students, because it can be adults as well, can do extraordinary things if they put their mind to it. They really believe in it, and we have to build them to have that self-confidence. And sure, it's amazing. It's unfortunately too, is you have the good and not great things that's happening in their lives, whether they're younger or they're 18 already and they're in their last 6 months of school, what have you. It is imperative that we continue to share information that we know can help them. So just as these legends that are calling in for these interviews with Piff Magazine, well, there's somebody that's about to take the time to document all this information. That's their one job. That's amazing. I know that if Haven Hall and we had just one job or one hat we were wearing, we would produce more of these videos and so forth. It takes time, and when you're pulled different places, so we definitely want to commend and support this young lady, Elle, who is in San Diego. So I do plan to go to San Diego and do some workshops out there and get a chance to meet this wonderful writer in person and talk with some people and help some people. And it'll be a different situation at the time. Of course, I'm going to go down there and represent my production company, and the fact that I have a record label and all this distribution and so much more. But right now, it's just getting the information out there, looking to help people to understand scholarships, grants, sponsors, whether you have a for-profit business or a non-profit business. It's serious time right now. Before it's 2020, we need to get with people that they making a difference. They making a move. They active. Like they say, they got a lot of traction. We need to help those people. We need those people, those sincere people that you see as not just being a stakeholder, but these are people that's on the ground running. Like, shout out to Bobby Buck. He seen that Snoop Dogg was gonna be on Seventh and one of the streets downtown. He thought today was gonna be a Saturday that he was gonna take off from what he had texted me, and then before you know it, he's like, "See, something always coming up. He's got to go." So that's gonna lead to one domino effect after another, and it's the same thing. Before I could even think of, I thought I was gonna be at my Future Billionaires meetup group. And now I have two other things to do, and now I'm online right here at this time. So when you look at this video, it's gonna be like, no, this wasn't even the first thing I did that day. Oh my goodness, go to work. So I want to share with you all that it's up to you how you want to maximize your time. We have 6 more minutes in this audio podcast. At the same time, I've recorded it. Next time, be able to go live. That'd be pretty neat. So I think I'm still gonna go live this evening just to figure this out when I have more time, because I still got to go make a couple more runs. It is Saturday. It is the first Saturday of November 2019. A whole lot of different things taking place. So of course, I wish I could have met with Snoop Dogg. He's going to be over there on 103rd in Watts, in which I'm the CFO on one of the nonprofit organizations out there. It's just a matter right there at the train station over there. But the Watts Towers. So I had already committed to doing an audio show at my office, but I didn't know. This is just how it goes. So at any rate, just know that when I shared the information on my social media and everything. So I have to stay committed. Okay, so with that in mind, I still have some other events I need to do. This is a real show, so I'm not going to be editing too much of nothing. You understand me? Because this is what it is. And this, if it was live, this is what it would have been too. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So definitely look forward to this day having 2 live shows, and I'm gonna go live some kind of way again today. And we're at, yes, 4 more minutes into the show. Know that for an hour, this I could be on a talkathon because I could talk all day long. It is at the same time, you know that people haven't tuned in at the same time as everybody else. So unless you do a different video conference call and you can see all the different people and everybody else can see everybody. So I'm waiting on my 800 number, my 1-800 number, which I think is going to be so exciting. So with that in mind, I've been utilizing, I'm going to try this phone number again. This other number, I'm not even sure where I got this other number from. It's in South Dakota. But now I have a Google number. So now I know for sure I can go live on my phone. I can use a phone from my Google as well. And when you have challenges, see, some things, great things can come out of them. Although some people are really not certain about having challenges like that through this video. Here now the speaker is over the screen. But of the UHHM. So those of you that are listening, it's like, oh my goodness. But you just got to know, you got to keep going, just like actors. You have to keep going. Sometimes people won't even know that you made a mistake, like on the audio. People wouldn't even know that there was a glitch, or I had the speaker page or window overlaying the UHHM website that I was trying to show at the same time. When you could put it side by side. I can do this here, or just the simple fact that they just wouldn't know. At the same time, I'm just trying to talk you through, because the next time I'm gonna be live. Those of you that's just tuning into the show right now, do know, or this video, please know as well that my other objective is to help people understand. Please stop trying to be a perfectionist. Get the information out that you have, and just you taking the time to want to inspire other people, encourage other people, celebrate other people, validate other people is monumental. Most of the time we hear negative things on social media. Most of the time it just doesn't have a purpose. It's not purposeful and meaningful. You can have some things that have an overlay. That's not too cool. Or some people don't like this, or some people don't like that. But still in the midst of it, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, is some good information in there. So sometimes you can find it right away, and sometimes not. So at any rate, this is a real situation. Loved for people to know that, in the future, maybe I'll just talk to a puppet or something. And because people don't really, sometimes when they're learning, they don't like to be looked right at. They like for you to look away, or they don't want you knowing that they looking right at you or something, that type of thing. I already know. Trust me, is one of the modalities of teaching and knowing your students. So there's 1 minute left. Everybody don't learn the same way. There's multiple intelligence out there. And I really appreciate you. Please contact me if you're looking forward to, even if it's $1. You can cash at me, $ go to work, GODAWORK, because I'm going to work. I appreciate you. Go to work.